Hey everybody, welcome to the Jeep Shop. I'm Joe, and today's edition of What Can I Do to My Jeep While I'm Trying to Kill Some Time is adding a power outlet to an area of the Jeep that never had one. So allow me to introduce you to the back of the center console. Working here on a 2001 Jeep Cherokee, and at my latest, during my latest pick and pull extravaganza, I managed to pull an extra power outlet, and I figured with a couple kids and they all enjoy their phones, wouldn't it be great to add a power outlet right here? Got two up in the front, as you can see there. There's one there, there's one there, but gosh, I wanted to add another one, so run some wires and drill some holes, and away you go. So just trying to kill some time. All the heavy lifting on this Jeep has been pretty much completed. Now we're just doing doodads, which is probably the best part, actually. So the tools you'll need is some coffee, check, screwdriver to remove the center console box, which has coins and screws and a bunch of other junk, a drill, which is pretty awesome, battery operated, and I don't know, 3/4 inch, 1 inch hole saw. Look at it turn. The reason why you don't want to use anything bigger is because I haven't been able to find one, which is like, measuring it with the calipers, it was like 1.083 inches. So taking an inch hole saw and then rounding it out with a fancy dancy file, yoink, is really the way you want to go. So I've already drilled the hole, and then I thought, you know what, I should probably do a video on this after the hole is drilled. That's cool. So here's what we're going to do with this. And then trial fit. And basically, once you've rounded it out enough, do a trial fit where it just fits in. Yep, that's good. And then I'll just push it in, and then it has these little tabs here that lock it in. I don't want it to be too loose because then the kids will pull it out. So my next plan is to run some 12-volt wire, the 12-volt feed from one of the power outlets, and I'll grab that from up there. I'm not sure where I'm going to get it from, whether it be the one that's hot all the time or keyed on the ignition. Most likely the ignition. I think that's the safer bet. So the next thing you want to do is take off this piece off the center console, and it just clicks in with a couple little, use this blue little plastic interior molding trim pry bar or whatever. So this will give you access to the holes down here, so you can feed the wires from here to basically there. I don't know if you can see my finger, but it's there. The hands are there. I'm not lying. See? See right there? Look. Peekaboo. So that's all you'll do, and you'll take the center console off, or the center panel here, because we're going to tap into this one. This one's fused. This one is hot all the time. That one's fused with the key, or ignition. Gets power from the ignition. This one's hot 24/7, 365. Oh yeah. So we'll key into that, and we'll wire it that way. So once you've taken off the center panel, you'll see this little plug here. This is the back of the cigarette lighter, or the power outlet. I'm just going to unplug it, and then we'll just tap into these two lines, red and black. Red being positive, I'm assuming, and black being negative. That's probably what it is. So we'll go from there, and you'll see these other random plugs. They were probably for some feature I don't have, like maybe automatic control climate. You know, I'm a control freak, so I don't really need anything doing it automatically. I like to control my own destiny with temperature. You know what I'm saying? Leave these alone here. This vacuum line, so that's not going to get you any power. A bunch of other stuff. Cool. Okay, so here's where we're at now. I cut the original factory black and red lines, so positive in the ground, and the blue is the feed to the power switch in the power outlet in the back, and that will feed that. So you see the red coming here, which will then feed that power, and then it continues on to this original factory plug. And what I'll do now is I'll just take the negative for here and wrap it up with the negative here. This negative will feed the new power outlet in the back, and this negative is from the factory, which we've spliced, and I'll just put that in there to feed the original switch in the front, and I'll show you what that looks like once I'm done. And there you have the splice. There's many ways you can splice. There's actually ones that clip onto the line and tee off from the switch, but I don't like those. I always feel like they don't have a good enough connection, so I like to splice and dice and actually get a good hard clamp. Once I test everything out, I'll put black electrical tape over everything, really make it look professional. But I'm going to run the wires now through the basement here. So we'll do that next. Okay, so I was able to fish the wire under the console here through like the trans tunnel. You can see the blue and the black wire behind that little box. You don't have to cut into that little box. I'm not sure what that is, but not really important. Through there, enough slack to kind of have it tucked down, and ran through there. You really can't see. You can see there. And then enough slack so you're not saying, geez, I wish I had enough wire, now I got to splice the wire. So we want a continuous feed. We don't want you want as few splices as possible. So here's that, and then what we'll do is take the power outlet, which I believe I have misplaced. Just gonna take a look here through the Gosh, where did I put it? Oh, there she is, right there. I like this one because it has a cover on it. And if you're Jeep savvy, you'll notice that this is the power outlet for the back. Now, there's a whole nother write-up that I've seen before where if your vehicle does not have one of these, they come factory with the plug behind here, and it looks just like this blue plug right there. And it's raining, so I'll have to do this quick. So you can just plug right into the factory power and then throw that on right there real quick. No splicing needed. So all we're going to do now is just connect these two power lines, ground and positive, to the negative and positive here, and we're good to go, and then we'll test it out. Okay, so here's kind of what you end up with. The splices are made into the power outlet, and I have my cell phone charger plugged into it, which lights up when it has power. So I'm going to attempt to, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but little blue light. So we'll go to the front. Now it's sunny, which is awesome. And hit the light. You can see the ignition being keyed on. And there it is. I didn't hear any fuses pop, or the car didn't go in a burst of flames, which is awesome. Got a lot of parts in this thing. So that's how you do that. And you can see here the wires that just ran across. You know, you can say, oh geez, maybe there's going to be a problem with the handbrake, and you know, I'm willing to risk it and say that you probably won't have any issues with the handbrake unless you're doing Tokyo Drift or something like that and you use the handbrake an incredible amount of times per day. So I'm going to say you're probably okay. You can put some wire loom in there and really make it crazy protected, but you know, I'm going to opt not to. I live on the dangerous side here. But those are the splices. It kind of starts through here, magically disappears under the console. Boop, there you are. Set up. Perfect. Okay, and then the final stages of the wiring is to just wrap that stuff up with electrical tape. You know, just kind of keep everything together. Usually pretty simple to do. Get some electrical tape, pull a piece off, wrap some wires, call it good. I'm sure there's a video out there on how to wrap electrical tape around items. It's pretty good. I've watched it a few times. And I'll do the same thing back here too. And then the final chapter in this story is to officially install it into the hole. And that goes like this. You hope. Again, you gotta kind of maneuver it in there a little bit. Oh. And of course you want to line it up real nice and pretty too. But that's it. That is the final straw. And then of course you have to, you know, reinstall the box and the armrest. But that's the project. Pretty simple, straightforward. 2 wires, junkyard power outlet. Pretty simple. But there you have it, folks. Check out my Instagram page, Just Jeep It, for more pictures and information. And thanks for watching. Any questions, leave comments below. Thanks a lot.